Every day we wake up with the expectation that it will be just like any other day. We have plans and we intend to stick to them. But then, bam, out of nowhere, something happens that totally disrupts our day. It could be anything from an argument with your spouse or a flat tire on the way to work. But these disruptions are not necessarily bad things. Sometimes they turn out to be the best thing that has ever happened to us. You know, there are times when we face a difficult situation and we think that if only a miracle could happen, this pain would go away. Sometimes a miracle does happen. However, it may not be the miracle that we were expecting. Do you see, in the natural, when we pray for a miracle, we usually imagine a supernatural event. Something extraordinary, something beyond nature's laws. So, when a miracle happens in our lives, we expect it to look like something amazing. But many times God works in mysterious ways, and the miracle that He performs looks nothing like what we imagined. In today's video, we're going to talk about one such miracle. A miracle that was not expected, not asked for, but was greatly needed. And let's just say it was totally worth waiting for, because this story has a happy ending. A 32-year-old woman had given up hope of ever becoming a mother after she was told that both of her fallopian tubes were completely blocked. Doctors said that the only way she could get pregnant was through IVF, which is in vitro fertilization, a process where the egg and the sperm are fertilized outside the body, and then the embryo is transferred into the woman's uterus. But she couldn't afford IVF treatment. It was too expensive. So she had no choice but to wait for a miracle. And that's exactly what happened. She got pregnant without even trying. But the circumstances surrounding her pregnancy were definitely not normal. Let me explain. Doctors had told her that both of her fallopian tubes were completely blocked. For a woman to get pregnant, the sperm must fertilize the egg in the fallopian tube. The fertilized egg then travels down the fallopian tube and implants itself in the uterus. If either of these processes fail to occur, the woman cannot get pregnant. In this case, both processes should have failed, and yet the woman got pregnant. How? Well, that's what doctors want to find out as well. They performed tests on her to try to figure out how she got pregnant, and the results really surprised them. Normally, when a woman is pregnant, her HCG hormone levels rise rapidly. But this woman's HCG hormone levels were rising very slowly. This meant that the pregnancy was not growing normally. Concerned, the doctor decided to do an ultrasound scan to see what was going on, and this is what they saw. There was a mass in the woman's uterus, and it did not look like an embryo. It was irregular in shape and size. The doctors were perplexed. They couldn't figure out what was going on, so they decided to do a hysterectomy on her, meaning they would remove the uterus so that they could examine it to find out what was going on. But before they did that, the woman miscarried. After examining the tissue, doctors found out that there were 2 separate molar pregnancies in the uterus. What is a molar pregnancy, you ask? Well, it is a rare type of pregnancy where trophoblastic cells grow abnormally. These abnormal cells then form a tumor-like growth in the uterus. This condition can be life-threatening for the mother if left untreated. And in this case, the molar pregnancy had grown so large that it was blocking both of her fallopian tubes. This explained why the woman's SHCG levels were not rising normally, because the molar pregnancy was absorbing all of the HCG hormone. This means that it can cause a lot of side effects that the woman would have to deal with on top of the trauma of losing her baby. But she agreed to the treatment because she had no other choice. After 6 months of chemotherapy, the molar pregnancy was gone. The doctors told her that she could now try to get pregnant naturally, and guess what? She got pregnant right away. Soon, she gave birth to a healthy baby boy. And everyone, including the doctors, was amazed. They couldn't believe that she had gotten pregnant so easily after the molar pregnancy. The doctors were especially amazed because they had told her that she would never be able to get pregnant again after the hysterectomy. But here she was holding her newborn baby boy in her arms. You see, in the natural, this was not possible. The woman had a 4% chance of getting pregnant, according to the doctors. But God had other plans for her. You see what God had done here? God had closed one door, but He had opened another. Yes, the woman had lost her baby, but she had gained a new life. The doctors had told her that she would never be able to get pregnant again, but here she was pregnant with a healthy baby. This was a miracle that she didn't even ask for, but she sure needed it. Do you see? Sometimes God performs miracles in ways that we don't understand. And sometimes his miracles don't look like what we expect them to look like, but they are still miracles nonetheless. This woman thought that she would never become a mother, but God proved her wrong. Now, you might be waiting on a miracle right now. Something in your life may not be going the way that you want it to. You may feel like you're at the end of your rope, but don't lose hope. Keep praying and keep believing. God is still in the miracle-working business. He may not give you the miracle that you ask for, but he will give you something that is even better. Trust me, I would like to take a moment to thank all of my supporters. Thank you so much for giving. Your generosity allows me to continue making videos that hopefully bring you closer to God. And if you would like to be part of this amazing community, please click on the join button or the thanks button. You can also support me through the links in the description below. Okay, let's move on to the next video. Hey, if you're enjoying this content and you want more of it, make sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any new videos. If you want even more, check out my channel where I share daily devotionals. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.